The next item was the donation of a beach wheelchair. Individual kindly donated a beach wheelchair to the city, but the city hasn't formally accepted it. Public Service is recommending to the collective committee that we formally accept the kind donation.
This legislation, which passed out of Safety 2.0, basically initiated probably over the summer, and it's probably been about the last 2 summers, but especially in my neighborhood, but then in talking to other councilmen and then in talking to other residents, dealing with companies that come in and aggressively pursue sales in neighborhoods, such as window companies, they have lawn companies, there's a number of different ones which we have that come into the city, and the way they have aggressively pursued things is they don't knock on the door and pursue it, but I had a couple different residents, when they tell them they're not interested, they come back again and aggressively pursue it and say, well, that guy really didn't know what he was talking about. I really have the real information here. So it's become now much more aggressive. I've had complaints of not only people that, number one, are on third shift or they're sleeping. Somebody comes during the day knocking on the door trying to sell them items. My intentions here is to have 3 readings on this legislation. But the concept basically is behind it is that if you get a sticker from City Hall, which you'll be able to obtain from City Hall, the police department, or the city's website, there'll be a form you complete, you submit it, and we put you on a no-knock. That if any of these companies that roll through the city and get licenses to sell, if your house has a no-knock registration on it, and it would be some type of sign of this nature, we haven't really designed it yet, or a sign that Bay Village uses, dealing with peddlers and solicitors, if that sign is on a window in your front door, they will get a list of people that are on the list, and they will not be allowed to knock on that registry. In other words, they want to be bothered with people like that. They don't leave the property at this point in time. You can call the police. The police can come. I talked to Mr. Lieberman, and Mr. Lieberman, the violation on this, if they are pulled aside and breaking the rule of the no-knock, is a trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Now, this does not affect, for example, nonprofits. Does not affect Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, band boosters, Kiwanis knocking on the door. This deals with mainly the sales type individuals that the residents are used to dealing with.
An absolutely gorgeous, beautiful light show. As you're driving north on 83, even when it's starting to rain and it's dark outside, and you have those gorgeous lights in front. Veterans Park is stunning. It really is.
Mayor.
Thank you. This evening I did get an email from Reverend Dr. Kelly Brill, and she writes, I don't know who's in charge of lighting, but the holiday lighting is gorgeous this year, double exclamation point. Thank you, City of Avon Lake. We had a very large crowd, a very enthusiastic crowd. We were blessed with very nice weather, considering December 1st was the date. And when the lights came on, there was a throughout the park. It was just an amazing experience. People were very excited, and we had a special visit from Santa Claus. I think we have the best Santa Claus in Ohio, if not further. Santa did a great job, and Mrs. Claus was there as well, and elves were running around. And then on Saturday and Sunday, they did have opportunities for individuals to visit Santa in a more traditional fashion after starting at the lake house with activities and games and cookies and so forth, and they put them in groups and took them over to Santa in numbers that can be handled very efficiently. We're very proud of the city workers who make that possible. Just about every department who touched that just made magic with it. There's no doubt that our city workers take great pride in their work if it's helping out at the Wine Fest or the Summer Market and certainly the Beer Fest. We have people that are putting on a great show for our residents, and it's something our residents deserve. And the challenge is we've set a high bar now. We're going to have to live up to that, but I think we will certainly through the bicentennial year and next year for the lighting again. So thank you for the kind comments, everyone. If you go on Facebook, you'll see a lot of them.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, I want to follow up on the mayor's comment that I do appreciate everybody, and particularly the volunteers that were up there and were working the day of the event. It was very impressive to see as as the lights were being installed and being tested and so forth. But the day of the event, you know, just you just kind of sit back and hope that everything works out, and it did. There's been some number of calls that have come into our office as it comes to yard waste and Republic Services. Republic Services, you know, we're in the 5th year of their contract, and as it's been in every year, yard waste ends the end of November. So this being December the 3rd, yard waste is not being picked up. So as I drove around the city, I saw still some people that still have some items out there, and those will need to be placed in their trash can, because Republic, and particularly the carrier that is receiving that yard waste, is no longer taking that through the cities around this area. So please be aware of that, because you can look on our website, you can post it. In most cases, the bags that I've seen out there can be just, you know, dumped out on the tree lawn, and our service trucks will come through. We figure we have at least 2 more full passes of the city to call it quits. Just as most people are out there watching, they go out and there and do their leaves, and then we get a little bit of wind on a Sunday night, and bingo, your front yard's covered in leaves again. So that's exactly what I have at my home. So please be patient. We do have trucks working. We have literally every truck we can and every person we have available out there picking up leaves at this time. So please be patient. Look at our website and watch as we move across your city. So thank you very much.